This might be an interesting video for you. You know, I'm doing this R380 gearbox. I've always wanted to do this sort of thing. Can you use the old bearings again? I think you can, providing they're in good condition. Because I was having a chat a few weeks ago with a chap down in the States, and he used to work on aeroplanes and things, and he said, yeah, no, we put them back in if they're okay. Can't see any reason why not. So what I've got here is a plastic bag full of bearings out of this gearbox here. What I'm going to do, why have I got them in a plastic bag? I'm going to fill this bag with diesel, and then I'm going to put them in the ultrasonic cleaner in water. And that means that the water's going to be all the way around these and vibrate in this bag. It does actually work. But the reason why I'm putting it in a bag is we'll be able to see how much muck comes out of them. Now, they have been loitering around on my bench for a little while, so there should be die grinder bits and all sorts in them. But to be honest, a lot of the time the bearings come out, you know. Like these needle rollers, I've never seen one wear out in years. And the same as these taper roller bearings. They may get a bit discoloured, and the inner races can be, well, how do we say, grey, but it doesn't mean they're pitted or finished. So when this, you know, at the end of the day, I'm going to get the microscope out. We're going to look at the surfaces and see if they're any good. You see, I have to tell you that my 130 pickup outside with the Isuzu in it, and I've got an R380 that I built out of bits of all sorts. It runs perfectly. It runs absolutely beautiful, but that was made out of all sorts of bits and pieces I found kicking about. Yeah, and it shifts first, second, absolutely beautifully. Even in the cold, it's lovely. So, do we have to keep buying new stuff all the time? I'm not so sure. I mean, I know I ask people to get the Ashcroft kits, but maybe we don't have to. I don't know. Let's see how this experiment goes. See you later. Now, this is the next day for this experiment for cleaning bearings. I did 2 cycles on the ultrasonic. I was at 30 minutes each, and I put them, you know, I had it full of hot water. But as you can remember, I had it with diesel in a plastic bag. Only the problem was with the vibrations and things like this, the plastic bag broke, so I put it in a bucket. But this was a clean bucket, or should we say bouquet. So that was a clean bucket. Let's have a look to see if we can see right down inside there what the muck is like. And maybe you can see here as well the muck in those bearings. So what I'm going to do is try and get them out, and then we're going to pour this diesel-y bag. These bags are no good, Ziploc. We're going to pour this out, and then we're going to put these bearings through the proper parts washer and see what happens. But you can see now these look pretty clean, but now they look very clean, very clean and very nice. Yeah, they're looking good. Now, the reason for using diesel instead of like putting in ultrasonic with a soap or some solvent or something like this is that when I've experimented with this before, bearings will go rusty very quickly if just left in water. And because we put them in a plastic bag, what had happened was that the water vibrates with the ultrasonic, but it passes through the plastic and it vibrates the diesel. So let's put them in the parts washer, we'll dry them off, we'll put them on the bench and see what it looks like. Right. So what I've got down here, I've got the old diesel that was in that plastic bag. I've also got now a nice clean jug, and I'm going to use a piece of shop towel as a filter. And we should be able to see the residue in this. Now, the thing about this was, when I took these bearings out, I just give them a quick once over in the parts washer to have a look at them. And this didn't seem too bad, but we're going to see now what the ultrasonic actually got off there. It's like blue paper, isn't it? I have to keep rinsing now. Now this bucket's got paint in it. There was no what do you call it? No oil or anything like that. It was just paint. It's a bit cloudy. I mean, it's not perfect filter, but we can have a look in the paper and see what particles it's got out. And why didn't I fill the machine full of diesel? Well, I only had a little bit left in my jerry can. So what did the bearings come out like? Ah, you'd be surprised. These are still a little bit wet, but those are the needle rollers. There's nothing wrong with them. Beautiful inside. They're all the same, you know. Even the little plastic one here. It's lovely. What about the bearings? Now I'm going to do some pictures here whilst I'm talking, and I'll put an overlay of pictures I've taken with a microscope, but you can see inside there how nice and clean they are. And the thing is about the ultrasonic and the diesel, it'll get inside the races and blow all that muck and gunge out. You'll be good to go. Now that's the lay shaft bearing. Now I haven't forgotten about my, not lay shaft bearing, it's the output shaft bearing. But I haven't forgotten about my experiment with putting bigger bearings in, because I've been waiting for a casing to come in from Ashcroft's that's the proper one, so we want to check and double check. So we've been using our bearings as well, guinea pigs really. But you can see on there it's lightly greyed, but nothing untoward. That's, you know, when a good test is your scratch test with your finger, and if it's scratchy or it's no good. These bearings here, again a little bit grey, but not out of the world, you know. And look at the rollers, nice. Again, I'll do some pictures for them. Another one here, nice and shiny. Put them together, there's no oil in them naturally, but they're not bindy, you know what I mean? They're not. That's a good sign. Here's another one. The rollers are lovely. Like I say, when they're a little bit grey, it's not too bad. But again, with taper roller bearings, you can adjust them if they are a little bit worn, but I think they'll live again. Honestly, I think they'll live again. Ah, that's a lay shaft bearing, isn't it? That's nice and shiny. I know you're not supposed to turn them without any oil in them, but they feel absolutely fantastic. And this is the bearing that goes inside your primary motion shaft and the race. Like I say, I'll put some pictures up, but they feel pretty good. They feel pretty good. I wonder what they're like with oil on them. So that is a good set of bearings in my opinion. I mean, they're not jumpy, not clicky. Nice. Let's wait and see what the ultrasonic diesel filter came out like. So this has been left for quite a little while, about an hour or so. I'm going to take it out, and you can see it's filtered the diesel not too badly. I wouldn't use it for a car, but what does this look like? Look at that. That came out of those bearings. I mean, it might be a bit too wide there. That came out of those bearings. All sorts of bits and pieces, even though they'd been through the parts washer, all that grubby stuff had been caught inside the cages of the taper bearings. Yeah, that was interesting, so I'm going to do that in the future for a lot of bearings. Maybe like that. See ya.